Today we're going to look at something that is rarely described or looked at appropriately, and that's the disappearing customer. Many manufacturers now are placing an added focus on customer retention. Really, it's where everybody should be and always be. But the focus is needed and must start with an eye on our own operations. We all want to keep our customers. So let's look at a few of the keys to doing that today. First of all, I want to spend some time on staffing. And many times dealers look at staffing as a cost. It's an expense. It's an inconvenience. We need to have staff, but my goodness, we don't need to have too many. If we have too many staff, then we're not going to be easily profitable, and there's all kinds of other situations, and we got maybe nearing the 50 employees, and we can't do it on health care, law changes, and all of these expenses to have staff on. We don't look at it appropriately. You see, we need to have staff. We need to have an adequate staff, enough that every customer we're providing a maximum customer care experience, an incredible customer care experience. If they're waiting in line, you're not answering the phone, and we're not doing a good job just as the customer approaches because of a lack of investment in staff or number. They're not going to understand this. They're not going to care about your costs that you're associating with this. They want the maximum customer care experience, and that takes staff. They need to have the time to properly look at and understand every need of the customer. They must write the repair order properly. Scheduling must be exact and staggered, must be consistent throughout the day. The customer intake process is critical to how that experience is going to be for the customer. Yet, so often I see advisors, they never walk to the car, even with the most beautiful drive lane. They never walk to the car or look at the example or try to understand what the need is. Our processes on staffing must be consistent, and they also must be an expectation of dealership staff. The staff must listen to every need that the customer has. They need to be proactive. And you know what else they need to be? They need to be well compensated and encouraged. Management needs to be looking for what they're doing right and thanking them for it, acknowledge them for it, and pay them well. You see, in my view, it is relative. If you don't treat your staff right, if you totally misunderstand them, you want to underpay them, and you don't want them to be encouraged, you're wrong. Take the time. Notice what they're doing well. Notice what is going on. Customer satisfaction demands that your employees and your staff are well cared for. That's how they spread that to the customer. If they're fighting and bickering all the time internally, and the dealership's allowing a patent-place scenario where all they do is talk bad about each other, and one doesn't want to go the extra mile, and they let the phones ring. Oh, that's Tom's phone that's ringing. I'm not going to answer it. or they answer the phones inappropriately because they're rushed, and they take care of the customers, never looking at the needs, never trying to understand. What are your chances of keeping the customer? You see, isn't that the ultimate goal? The disappearing customers come from a lot of things. And it's amazing to me how many of them are our own internal choices. How many techs do you have on staff? If you look at your technician staffing, are you booking out a week, week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks in advance because you don't have enough technicians? What are your chances of having a good customer service experience if they can't even get into the facility? Slim, right? You know, here again, the technicians, they spend $40,000-$50,000 on hand tools. They have a huge investment there. There is no other position in the dealership that has that kind of commitment to work at the dealership. They're always buying new tools. They're upgrading their boxes. Techs can't be forgotten. Treat them like gold. That's how to maximize your customer experience. Techs are a critical part of the fixed operations staff and so often overlooked. The importance of what they do and how they do it is critical that your customer isn't going to disappear. Another thing on staffing that I think is important to talk about, a lot of times dealers feel it's okay just to rotate the staff. This person's not getting a good result, kick them out of here. We'll get someone else in here. The advisor CSI numbers down, get rid of them. We can't have that. So they bring in a new person with a whole nother set of problems. They may not be identical problems, but they rotate the people out. They change them like underwear, and they wonder where their customers are disappearing to. They always come in, and it's a new face. It's a negative for your customer. It's a negative. What we need to do as a dealership operation is train our staff, focus in on their areas of opportunity for improvement, and make them strengths for them. Invest in them. Keep them well trained. It's not only about what do they do wrong, it's what can we do to help them improve. If the attitude and the effort is there, most employees can be saved and become very productive people. And if asked and challenged why they're doing this, and it's not just a run-of-the-mill, fire them and get them out of here. If we lift them up and encourage them and listen to their concerns and address them, that's the way to build a wonderful dealership staff that cares about your customers. Now let's focus in a little bit on the customer experience. The customer wait area must be clean. And if you have a wait area with 5-year-old magazines, shame on you. Those magazines need to be relevant, current, and rotated every week. Keep the restrooms clean. You know, if you go into a filthy restroom and you're waiting there, I don't care what the facility is, a restaurant, a doctor's office, it matters not. If the restroom is not clean, it's a memory on the visit. If you go to a restaurant and the restrooms aren't clean, aren't you going to somewhere think, wonder how the food is? Similar experience with car dealers. Have the restrooms clean. Have you ever gone into one and you need to use the bathroom and there's no toilet paper? There's no hand towel? How about soap or a soap dispenser that doesn't work? Whenever you get into the customer service experience, the little things matter. Keep them clean. Keep it well stocked. Never let them go in there and wash their hands and go, oh, great. How am I going to dry my hands off? Wonderful. There's no soap. Take care of your customers. Treat them with respect. Show them that you look at the facility and you care for their experience. Have varied quality snacks available. My goodness, if you can fresh bake cookies on site and have that aroma going through the showroom and the customer waiting area, bravo. Why wouldn't we have assorted drinks and beverages, maybe some yogurts or fresh fruit cups? Get one of those little refrigerators with the glass front so people can see the assorted beverages and snacks that you have available that need to be chilled. You know, that might be viewed again as another expense. My goodness, we're looking at this customer experience and we're spending money again. Customers love a clean car, and I know it's not convenient or easy to wash them, but you want to really have a good customer service experience. Let them come back to their car and see that it's washed and it's clean, even if it was there for a warranty item. If you see that the carpet is dirty and could use a vacuuming, let them know, I'm going to vacuum that carpet for you today. Take care of what the need is. Or maybe not even ask, just come out and that carpet is nice and clean. When you're looking at these additional costs that are involved, instead of the maximizing and creating an incredible customer service experience, you're going to have disappearing customers. These aren't costs. These are benefits. Consider it advertising. Let them be going around and telling their friends how well they were treated at their dealership experience. Let them know that when they're scheduled for an oil change, it's processed promptly, quickly, and efficiently. And then the expectation that they see the car's clean, it is all done right, it has all met the obligations and the expectations. What are they going to think about you? They'll talk about you. It is the best form of advertising out there. Why waste thousands of dollars on people trying to lure them into your dealership for a low-cost oil change that's not going to generate any profit when you can put the money and the effort into a quality customer experience? It just makes sense. Newspapers, they'll look at an ad and they're not filtering through the newspaper seeing where it is. It's in their bird cage tomorrow. It's in the trash. This type of discussion goes on. It's well spent investments that bring that customer experience to be the ultimate. And it also keeps your customers coming back. The last thing I want to discuss about today on this call is follow-up. Always ask your customers how we did on their visit. How's the car running? How's it performing? Did we repair your concerns? Another thing to do in these follow-up calls is ask them, what could we do to be better? And really listen to them. If you're asking someone how to be better, just to ask, it's not likely it's going to matter. Most dissatisfied customers just don't come back. They disappear. A well-run dealership with great processes keeps them coming back. We don't need ghosts. We need loyal customers for life. Thank you for your time today. I hope that you take these suggestions and do something with them. Take care for now, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Hi, meet Christy. She's the service manager of a new car dealership. She has been looking for ways to improve her knowledge of fixed operations, but she is just not sure where to look. There are so many options these days. Christy needs a newsletter that gives her insights into today's competitive fixed operations world. She has decided to get the Fixed Performance newsletter because it comes directly to her email each and every month with no cost whatsoever. Not only does this newsletter give her the insight she's been looking for, but it also has real-life experiences in car dealerships all over North America. Now Christy has turned these stories into mandatory practices in her service department. So let me ask you, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the Fixed Performance newsletter today. Fixed Performance, where we have total commitment to your team's excellence.